I look over behind the Ideal Dentistry and there's looks like a military weapon pointed down to the ground, and I'm like, what's going on?
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
Cops out with guns drawn. We have the latest after a standoff with a woman hiding in some brush off Highway 240 in Richland.
Then new details.
The man's perfectly capable of running corrections operations.
A criminal complaint has now been filed against the Franklin County Sheriff. We'll tell you why.
Also ahead, the chief of education in Washington state is in a fight with President Trump over gender.
And Stacy is here.
Another beautiful day outside. How warm are we going to get tomorrow? I'll give you all the updates. The news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Here we go on this final day of April. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman.
All right, first at 5, it is what most of the Tri-Cities is talking about right now. One woman in custody after about a 45-minute police standoff near Fowler Street and West Columbia Center Boulevard in Richland. Police say they received a call about a woman who was armed with a weapon and walking around the area. RPD says she was carrying a firearm when they arrived. Then, when confronted, she ran down in the wooden area by 240. Officials say she was a prohibited person from carrying firearms. They believe she was experiencing some sort of mental health issues. Benton County Sheriff deputies assisted along with one of their drones, and canine units arrived. We also know the Social Security office was on a lockdown while this was all going down.
Particularly when it comes to drones, it allows us to get a better eye on what's occurring. It allows us to see whether or not a person is armed or a danger to themselves or others. We're able to find out that the woman that we're trying to make contact with was also armed with an electric baton, which allowed us to be able to better identify how we were going to approach her and make contact with her.
RPD says they used less lethal ammunition to gain some compliance from the woman to keep her from walking away from officers, which resulted in her arrest. RPD also says there was only one person involved in the situation. Nobody was hurt. On the fire watch now, by July, Eastern Oregon and almost all of Washington will likely be at above average risk for large, costly fires. That's according to the Northwest Interagency Coordination Center.
The agency says this year's summer season is shaping up to be very hot. For Oregon, last year was record-breaking, where nearly 2 million acres across the state burned. The firefighting bill totaled more than $350 million, and nearly 200 homes were damaged.
Across the Beaver State, 6 funding options have been proposed by a wildfire funding work group, but they are still circulating in several different bills. For now, though, things are still cool weather-wise.
I would say absolutely beautiful out there, but we are tracking a little bit more of a roller coaster, shall we say.
That's right.
All right, Stacy is going to say more.
We're on it. Strap in, get your seatbelt ready, because it is a weather roller coaster the next few days. Beautiful, though, today, as Wendy said, 71 degrees outside, winds are light. We're getting ready for more Dust Devil baseball tonight. If you're heading out to the stadium, 70s to start the night, but once the sun goes down, it'll be in the 60s, so bring your light jacket or a coat or sweater or something. Temperatures looking good all around the region. It's actually warmer in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley than it is here in the Columbia Basin. We're sitting in the 60s for the foothills of the Blues. Planning your night out, there's those 70-degree temps. 60s by 8, and you'll be down in the 50s by 10 o'clock tonight. A little sneak peek at tomorrow. Beautiful day. We see a couple of us hitting the 80s, Tri-Cities and Hermiston and other towns right there, right below the 80s. Clear and mild tonight, sunny and warmer tomorrow. Look for that hot Friday in the upper 80s, potentially breaking some records there. And then a big weekend cool down. Again, that roller coaster continues. I'll break it all down for you coming up.
Stacy, thank you. New tonight, Washington State Superintendent of Public Instruction Chris Reichdahl vowed today to uphold state laws protecting transgender and gender-expansive students despite a new federal investigation launched by the U.S. Department of Education. The investigation, formally opened today, alleges that Washington's Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction is out of compliance with the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act and the Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment. The investigation comes 2 weeks after the Trump administration announced plans to challenge Washington's non-discrimination laws. Reichtel characterized the investigation as the latest target in the administration's dangerous war against individuals who are transgender.
New developments tonight out of Franklin County, this time involving the sheriff himself. Sheriff Jim Raymond tells Apple Valley News Now a criminal complaint was just filed against him by current Franklin County Jail Commander Keelan Harmon. Harmon is accusing the sheriff of blocking him from coming to work and then grabbing him forcefully. But Sheriff Raymond says that's not true. He went on to say he and Harmon go way back and have had a solid working relationship for 2 decades.
The man's perfectly capable of running corrections operations, and actually was an intricate part of our accreditation and all those type of things.
To avoid any conflicts of interest, Sheriff Raymond says he contacted the prosecutor's office and asked that another sheriff be brought in to oversee the investigation. He says that sheriff can work with the prosecutor to determine how to move forward.
Well, the search is on for the city of Pasco's next city manager.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports on how city leaders are raising the bar and what they're looking for, along with why living in the community could make or break the job.
In the hunt as to who will be the next city manager, Pasco Mayor Pete Serrano says the city is setting a standard to narrow down their applicant list.
We added a couple things. We modified a preference towards a master's degree, although a bachelor's remains the sole requirement. We also added from 8 years to 10 years municipal leadership experience. So we want to be clear that we're looking for someone that's got seasoned executive leadership, within a local jurisdiction.
Serrano also says anyone thinking of applying should be willing to relocate to Pasco if they don't live in the Tri-Cities area already. As Pasco's population continues to grow, connecting with the people could be difficult if not located in the city.
I don't think people would get it. I mean, it's still not easy to connect with everyone because we have different cultures, we have different needs for different parts of the city. So if you're not in Pasco day in, day out and not driving throughout the city, you don't understand what our community's needs are.
Serrano says this is how the city is moving through who they are going to decide to move forward with once they open up the requisition.
So we, the council, always retain that oversight. Right now we have Prothman, who's doing kind of the shuffling, if you will, or the sifting at the first level. They've developed the requisition that's going to go out. People will respond to them. They'll aggregate all of the resumes. They'll probably talk with Mr. Zabel and other executive leaders and kind of do that real first cut.
Serrano says they will open up the requisition at the start of May and aim to leave it open for about a month. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, thank you for that. Mayor Serrano says their timeline has them looking at narrowing down their top 3 applicants by late summer or early fall, and then plan to host a meet and greet. We're going to head to Yakima now, where the school district has announced that they are the first district in the Yakima Valley to install outdoor AEDs at Davis and Eisenhower high school campuses from Save Heart. Back in 2023, a Napavine runner collapsed during the state track and field championships held at a stadium. The Yakima School District says the medical emergency underscored the need for access to automated external defibrillators at their athletic facilities. AEDs are portable devices that can be life-saving in cases of sudden cardiac arrest. They hope it will add peace of mind and provide faster response times in emergencies.
With the conclusion of the legislative session on Sunday, Representative Jeremy Dufault says it was notable that efforts to close the Yakima Valley School failed. Senate Bill 5393 passed the Washington State Senate and House during the weekend and is now awaiting the governor's signature, this time without the inclusion of Yakima Valley School. But Dufault goes a step further, saying, quote, "We must do more than simply preserve Yakima Valley School. We must strengthen and expand it." Proponents of closing the facility scrutinized the operating expense and suggested there are better options. Well, Comprehensive Health Care will officially open its second permanent supportive housing facility in Sunnyside tomorrow. Vista del Sol 2 is a long-term residential housing facility for adults who have been diagnosed with a chronic mental health condition. There are 18 studio apartments and 2 single-bedroom apartments that are fully furnished. The building is designed for those who are in need of affordable housing. It will have on-site laundry, a community area, and an outdoor space for group activities.
New research is pushing the boundaries of what we know about biology, moving beyond just DNA to explore the many other factors that shape how living organisms function. On day 2 of the Phonomics Conference, scientists from across the country gathering to share their latest findings in areas that could transform everything from human health to national security, or how chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes develop and lead to disability. Finding the right medicine is key, one scientist says.
We want to be able to monitor the environment and surveil what might be out there in terms of pathogens that may threaten our human health and our economy. And so having the ability to do these things ourselves in the United States is very important.
She also says the research being shared benefits multiple areas, including the mission of the Department of Energy's Energy Abundance and Resilience, as well as the National Institute of Health and supporting human health. Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, is just getting started. Here's what's coming up. Listen up if you have a Ford.
We'll tell you why. Also
instantly noticed, intense swelling around the muzzle, which is not normal for our injured strays.
Oh no, find out how a group of abandoned puppies from the Evergreen State are doing and what happened.
Also ahead, Stacy is back with a full look at your First Alert forecast as we are saying sayonara to April.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Stoltable Pilots, the return. The legacy continues. Saturday, August 30th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Stoltable Pilots at Legends Casino Hotel.
Cinco de Mayo is coming up, and your Dust Devils are celebrating by playing as the Viñeros de Tri-City all weekend. Friday, May 2nd, Gutter Girl invites you to the ballpark for Influencer Night and a family feast. Select food and drinks for only $2.50 each. Saturday, May 3rd, Roto-Rooter invites you to cheer on the Viñeros and stick around for a fabulous post-game fireworks show. For tickets, head to the official site, DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time for a different kind of power. Whether you choose an electric Honda or a hybrid, meet the next generation of vehicles. It's the perfect time to get a Civic Hybrid, the 2025 North American Car of the Year. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. Finally, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this.
Good Feet Arch Supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
It's the mother of all giveaways, where one lucky viewer wins this awesome Mother's Day collection. Check it out. Enter to win each day on the contest page at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. From Jewelry Design Center, The Flower Bar, Curve Appeal, Fiction, and AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Josh Cobra, First Alert weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. In Washington, 3 puppies that were abandoned are now recovering from their injuries.
The pups were found on the side of a road with swollen muzzles. Samantha Lombido has more from the animal shelter caring for them now.
This sweet pup is now in the care of King County Animal Services after it was found stranded on the road.
Instantly noticed, intense swelling around the muzzle, which is not normal for our injured strays.
That was an immediate red flag to Sergeant Rebecca Smokoska with Regional Animal Services. As they were looking into it as a cruelty case, they got another call the next day.
We get a second call for a puppy that was brought to a vet clinic that had very similar symptoms, the swelling of the face, the pressure necrosis indentations on the fur. And then another person, a Good Samaritan, found a third puppy with the exact same indentations on its muzzle.
These 3 puppies, expected to be 4 to 5 month old coonhound mixes, were picked up in unincorporated Auburn on Monday and Tuesday. You can see that their muzzles are puffed up like a balloon. Well, that's because Sergeant Smokoska believes their mouths may have been bound shut with tape or a strap.
Unfortunately, these puppies are having quite a bit of pus coming out of their mouths. The vet looked at them and found it to be pressure necrosis, which is caused by pressure being applied for an extended period of time.
Besides the swelling, she says these puppies seem to be in good health, but she also says they're traumatized.
They expressed some pretty fearful behavior when they saw other dogs, which we thought was interesting.
What comes next? Finding the owner in the next 3 days. And if not, they'll be looking for a new loving home.
Whatever they went through, they are out of that environment now.
Oh, it's so sad. That was Samantha Lombido reporting. The Regional Animal Services of King County is still trying to find the person or people who dumped the puppies.
To your money now. Some Ford owners will be taking a trip to the dealer over the next few months. Nearly 300,000 Ford and Lincoln vehicles are being recalled tonight. The vehicles have issues with the rear view camera, which could increase the risk of a crash. Among the vehicles included in the recall, 2015 models of the Lincoln MKC, the Lincoln Navigator, Ford Expedition, Ford F-250, Ford F-350, the F-450 trucks, and Ford Broncos from the years 2022 and 2023. Well, the United States Postal Service is celebrating its 20th anniversary by releasing 2 new stamps. One of the stamps features Benjamin Franklin. It is a reproduction of one of the first official U.S. postage stamps. It is only available in a 32-page booklet celebrating the cultural importance of U.S. stamps. The second release is a pair of 20 stamps by cartoonist Chris Ware. It follows a mail carrier on her rounds and features familiar postal items and icons. Both will be available in July.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And a live look outside, checking out those windmills up there on the Horse Heaven Hills, Yakima Federal Skycam. It's a beautiful day. They're moving, but just lightly because our winds are light at 6 miles per hour at 71 degrees. The feels like temp is 75, so it feels quite warm if you're sitting outdoors. If you're heading to that Dust Devil game, it's going to be a warm start and then a cooling off. Now, the ridge of high pressure sitting here on the coast, moving across the area, bringing warmer conditions and more stable conditions, less wind, so to speak, for now. This is what it looks like over the next couple of days. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. Little system out there, but it's all pushing up into Canada. We stay dry and clear right on through our next couple of days, but we're gonna have a little shift over the weekend. Let's take a look at our current wind speeds. Everybody's pretty light, 4 mile an hour gusts. White Pass a little bit breezy, but overall very calm compared to the last couple of days and of course last weekend. Let's take a look at Saturday though. This is when those winds and that next system moves in the area. Winds are going to be picking up similar to last weekend, especially in the Kittitas Valley, where we could see those 55 and 60 mile an hour winds. Blustery and breezy elsewhere, also pretty gusty in the Blue Foothills of Morrill County. Umatilla, Walla Walla going to be 20 to 35 mile an hour winds. Columbia Basin 25 to 30. Yakima Valley 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts. Our next chance of rain comes on Saturday, about a 40% chance there. Walla Walla has a better chance of seeing those storms on Saturday as well. Much less chance on Sunday. Let's talk about temperatures for tonight. Very mild once again, down in the 40s, well above the freezing level, so pretty pleasant. Here's what's happening though over the next couple of days. Yakima typically about 69 degrees this time of year, 10 degrees warmer tomorrow, and even warmer than that on Friday. We're going to drop back down briefly into the weekend. There's our roller coaster, and then back up to the 80s next week. Typically, Tri-Cities and Hermiston has average of 72. Look at those high temps in the 80s, a little drop to the 60s and 70s, back to the 80s next week. Walla Walla typically 66 degrees, well above that. In fact, close to 20 degrees above the average for Walla Walla. So it's going to be warm. If you're hitting the road, look for some showers. Bring your umbrella to Seattle, or the west side, I should say, on Saturday. Looking at some showers there. Portland area, they're experiencing the same temperature roller coaster anyway. Slight chance of rain there over the weekend. And taking a peek in Spokane, we're going to have mostly clear skies with a slight chance of rain on Saturday. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. We're watching for 90 degrees. If we hit it, we'll tie the record from 2014. Look for those showers, about a 40% chance of those on Saturday. In Yakima, temperatures there on Friday, 84. We have to hit 88 to tie the record set back in 1971. Ellensburg looking for a temperature of 84 to tie the record. We're going to see a high, though, of 81 degrees. Taking a peek at Walla Walla, this is where we could actually break some records. We're looking at 84 on Friday. If we do hit that, we'll break that record set back in 2016. And don't forget, tomorrow, May 1st, the very beginning of a brand new month, and nice, beautiful weather to go with it. So I'm liking the looks of, even though 90 or close to 90 is getting warm, but I like it.
Yeah, and pretty soon it's going to be, you know, the unofficial start of summer at the beginning of May, too. So,
and we talked about that weather story, probably going to be a hot summer. We'll see. So,
my goodness. Well, I'm sure you'll keep us informed on that.
There we go. Yep, for sure.
And the Dust Devils are playing
tonight at 6:30.
And then Friday you'll be out there, right?
Yes, I'm going to head out and do the weather outside.
This is the best time. If you can catch a game, this is like the time.
Oh, it's great.
Now.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Stacey. Coming up next here on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, we will bring you the spotlight, so don't go anywhere.
E.T. and Extra tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers? Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines. US Cellular, built for us.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
Spring is calling. Are you ready? At Queensgate Gardens in Richland, adventure starts in your own backyard. From lush hanging baskets to vibrant landscape flowers and garden starts, we've got everything to make your space bloom. Let's grow something amazing. Queensgate Gardens in Richland, where adventure grows.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Time now for tonight's Spotlight at 5. I bring it to you every night right around this time. We're going to head to the Benton City area. The Kiona Benton City High School FFA students took home several honors at the Central Washington Junior Livestock Show. The event included steers, pigs, and sheep, with students being awarded honors such as a team second place finish for livestock evaluation. All right, have an idea for the Spotlight? Send me an email. It's easy. A read at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Stacy has another reason to smile, and that is when we come on back.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of him. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Looking for a trusted professional to guide you through your real estate endeavors? Carrie Lundgren with River Realty is ready to guide you through the process. As a lifelong Tri-Cities resident with 35 years real estate experience, she has the knowledge, dedication, and enthusiasm to make your real estate dreams come true. Whether you are buying your first home, moving up or scaling back, or looking for an investment, she has got you covered. Call Carrie today at 509-948-0580 and start making your dreams a reality.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing you an electrifying night with the iconic Grammy-nominated rock band Queensryche on Sunday, May 25th. Feel the energy and experience chart-topping hits like Jet City Woman and Silent Lucidity. Now's your chance to witness the unmistakable sound of one of rock's most celebrated bands, who've sold over 30 million albums worldwide. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Plus, every ticket is good for $5 free play. Queensryche at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Do it all with STIHL battery. Double your runtime. Get a free extra battery with select STIHL tools. Shop in-store and online.
It's a sale so big, it can only last one day. And it's this Wednesday for 8 short hours at all Walker's Furniture locations, where you'll save an additional 20% off all furniture, all bedroom, all dining room, all living room. It's all marked down 20% off already low prices. Plus, you can save now and pay over time with 5 years special financing. This Wednesday only at Walker's Furniture.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have all of your top stories and updates. Plus, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. It'll all be right here on Good Morning Northwest Thursday morning.
Next ET, only one show is at home in the Hamptons with Christy Brinkley.
There's some juicy stories.
The Uptown Girl gets real about modeling, motherhood, and yes, men.
Oh, nobody wants to hear about him.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
And welcome back. We always look forward to a reason to smile, brought to you by Lifetime Dental. Come take a look at your screen. Beautiful photo today. That is a quail. And then I was like questioning, is it a chukar or a quail? But I asked the viewers to please include the bird type and the flower type because I'm terrible at that. But there you go. A quail hanging out at Tagaris Winery. So very nice. Thank you for sharing, Michelle. The QR code top of your screen, that is how you get your weather photo on TV, or you can go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab. All right, let's do the weather bottom line. Clear skies again, beautiful. We're gradually warming to those 80s, and then we take a deep dive on Saturday where we could see a few showers. More than likely, the main impacts on the weekend will be those gusty winds, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Here's what your day looks like tomorrow. Is going to be absolutely gorgeous, and a sneak peek at your 7-day planner. There's that warm day on Friday, and then 17 degrees cooler the next day. So that would be the bottom of the roller coaster there, and then we'll warm back up to the 80s next week. So pretty good looking forecast, guys.
Can't get used to anything right now. No, we just got to be ready for it all. All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us.
We'll be back at 6, hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.